Hey everybody, JC here from Toy News International, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new first wave of Dragon Ball Super 6.5-inch Dragon Stars figures from Bandai America. Now these figures come packaged in a window box where the figures are clearly displayed. Up at the top you've got the Dragon Ball Super logo, and then down below you've got the Dragon Stars logo and the name of each of the characters. On the side of the packaging you have some artwork for each of the characters. And then on the back of the packaging you have a look at all three figures in the first wave, and then down below it shows you that each of these figures comes with a piece for Shenron. It's a build-a-figure type deal, and that you need to get this wave and then the second wave, which includes 3 additional figures in order to complete Shenron. The first wave is hitting stores now, and the second wave should be out in the next month or so. Alright, let's get these open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figures outside the packaging along with their other contents. Now first of all, let me just say a big thanks to the folks at Bandai America for sending me these figures out so I could review them for you guys. Okay, so as I mentioned before, each of the figures in this wave comes with a piece with the Shenron Build-A-Figure. So you get the head, which comes with the Goku figure. And I think the paint detail on these pieces is pretty good. You've got the darker color green with the red eyes, and then you've got this lighter color green on, I guess you want to call these the ears maybe, and you've got the white teeth and the tongue. The jaw unfortunately is not articulated, and then you've got these whiskers which are done with a kind of rubbery type material, so they do have some bendability there. And then you get this neck piece that comes with the Beerus figure, and again you've got the green color with the scales, and then you've got the darker green for the fins, and then you've got the lighter color on the underside with the red striping. And then finally you get this torso section with the Vegeta figure, and the arms on this are not articulated, so it doesn't look like this figure will have any kind of articulation. It looks like it's a pretty static figure, but again you have decent paint applications with the green and the darker green on the fins, the black on the claws, and the lighter color on the underside with the red striping. Now putting this thing together is pretty simple. You just plug it in, so you want to take the neck piece and plug it into the back of the head here, and it just kind of slides in there. You do maybe have to push it in, but it should snap in there pretty good. And then you take this neck piece and plug it into the torso section, and again it should slide in there pretty good and fits nice and tight. Now as I mentioned before, you will need the additional 3 figures in the second wave in order to complete this Shenron figure. So basically with the first 3 figures you can just complete the top half. Beerus also comes with this display base for the Shenron figure. And then the only other accessories these figures come with is each figure comes with an extra pair of hands, so you get closed fist hands that are attached to the figures when you first take them out of the packaging, and then you get a pair of open hands with each one. So with the Beerus figure you've got these open purple hands, with the Goku you've got open just skin tone hands, and then with the Vegeta figure you've got the white gloved hands, and again they're done in kind of an open position. Switching out the hands is pretty easy. You just pop off the hand you want to replace, and you've got the little ball joint on the arm and the hole on the hand, and then you just plug in the hand you want to replace it with, and it should pop in there pretty easily and fits nice and tight. So for the figures themselves, I think Bandai America has done a pretty nice job with the overall sculpting detail, and while they have pretty standard paint applications, I again think they've done a pretty solid job with them. Not a whole lot in the way of paint blemishes or anything. So I like the sculpting detail with the hair on Goku, and they've used almost kind of not quite metallic, but it's got that kind of shiny look to it with the yellow, and then pretty decent skin tone, and he's got green eyes. And I like the face sculpt. I think they've done a pretty good job with that. And then he's got the orange jumpsuit with the blue, and then you can see like the ropes on the boots there, so I like that detailing. With the Vegeta figure, again, decent sculpting with the hair, and the hair on this one is just black, and I like the face sculpt, and you got some little, looks like wrinkles under his eyes, and I like the eyebrows and a little smirk on his face, and he's got the white on the chest plate with the beige type color, and then he's got the blue and the white for the rest of the outfit, and again a little bit of that beige color on the boots. And then finally with Beerus, you've got the little earring on the ears. Again, I like the face sculpt and how they've sculpted it. I like the expression. And then he's just got the yellow eyes with the black, so I think that looks good. And he's got this little piece on the front of his outfit which is done with a vinyl type rubber material, so you've got some bendability there. He's got the tail in the back, and that is articulated. And so overall, I think that these figures look pretty good. Now, so these figures stand, Goku stands just a little bit under 7 inches if you count to the tip of his hair. He's the tallest of the 3. Beerus is the smallest of the 3, and he comes in just a little bit under 6.5 inches. And then finally Vegeta is in the middle as far as height goes, and with his hair is just a little bit over 6.5 inches tall. Okay, so I don't have any SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball figures to give you a comparison with these, but here is a look at some of the Power Ranger Legacy figures from Bandai America, which are billed as being the 6.5 inch scale. Here's a comparison with a Hasbro Marvel Legends figure and a Mattel DC Multiverse figure. While I don't have any SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball figures, here is a comparison with the SH Figure Arts Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Donatello figure. Okay, so for articulation between the 3 figures is pretty much the same. There are a few minor differences between the 3. So first of all, the heads are attached with ball joints, so you can turn the head to the left and to the right. You don't get a whole lot of back and forth movement with these. You get a little bit, but not too much. You can also pivot the heads to the left and the right. Now the heads between like Goku and Vegeta are interchangeable, so if you wanted to switch out the heads, you could do that. Now for the arms, they're just attached with your standard ball hinge joint. Now with the way the shoulders are sculpted, like with Vegeta, that's about as far out as you can get the shoulder. Same with Goku, he really can't get his shoulder out that far. And then with Beerus, he can get it out pretty good though. And then you've got pretty good rotation there at the arms as well. Now Beerus does not have any bicep swivel, but Goku does, and so does Vegeta. And then you get the double hinged elbows with all 3, so good bending there. And then you get the swivels at the wrist, and you have the hinges. Those little ball joints will move, so you can either have the hands do up and down, or you can turn those little ball joints so you can get the forward and back movement with the hands. Now none of the figures have ab crunches, they have waist swivels, so you've got rotation there at the midsection. And you can do forward a little bit, back and forth a little bit, but not too much, and you can pivot to the left and the right, but again, no ab crunches on any of these figures. And then with the legs, you can pull them out from the socket, so they can get the leg forward pretty good, and you can do the legs back. With Vegeta, you've got a double hinge knee, so good bending there at the knee with him. Goku, you only have the single hinge knee, but you can still bend it pretty good. And same with Beerus, he only has a single hinge knee, but you can still bend it pretty good. And then with his tail, as I mentioned before, it is articulated, so you can rotate it and you can do it up and down a little bit. And then he's got, with his ankles, you've got rotation and a little bit of pivot, but not too much. The feet are just attached with ball joints. Same with the other 2. You can rotate, you got a little bit of up and down movement, and a little bit of back and forth movement, but not what I would call true ankle pivot. And same with him. And then none of them have peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I think these are nice looking figures. I like the sculpting detail and the paint applications. My only minor complaint comes with the articulation. I think it would have been nice if they had added ab crunch joints and maybe some ankle pivot to these, and maybe a couple additional accessories would have been cool as well. Now I know a lot of people will have a tendency to want to compare these with the nicer SH Figure Arts versions, but those are much more expensive import figures, and I think if you're looking for Dragon Ball figures that are affordable, I think these are ones that you'll definitely want to check out. Now these figures, this first wave is hitting shelves now. You can pick them up at places like GameStop. You can also look at places like Big Bad Toy Store. We'll have a full image gallery up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment, let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. We'll have links to those in the video description below. And until next time, I'll catch you later.